The president of Ashwood, Mr. Takeuchi, asked me in September 2018 about a new modern furniture concept. His idea was a thin and lightweight chair, easy to carry, with a target weight about 2 kilos. An elegant and simple design like a ballerina or the Hepburn, high technology wooden joinery for the strength. I find it a very challenging, interesting project which reflects a more sustainable and circular economy way to think new furniture design. To make a very light chair is a quite challenging project because it have a high demand on the joinery of the things that join the frame. And the first idea I had was actually to make a more stretcher-based construction, like a more traditional way of design the frame. But I made several tests, and I think it was not fantastic because it was a little bit old-fashioned. And then I totally changed the idea, said it was too traditional, and put up a totally different idea. The next step was actually to make joints, make strong joints so I could avoid to use the stretchers as I had before. I introduced this carbon fittings in the zones where there was a lot of needed to be a lot of strength in the construction. It was actually quite complicated to join both carbon and wood together, so it ended up with this kind of lamination, one layer where you put them in and then you close them into the construction, glue them with the other layer. But it led to another idea where I actually have this 3-layer lamination concept where I have 3 layers of wood joined together, so you have this glued together frame, and then you route it out. But it was not strong enough because of this very traditional way of joining it, so we have to put more attention to how you join it. But the basic idea was found in this concept. Then we developed further the construction, and then here's the routed version with a bigger tendon-like joinery here. The first one was smaller, and then we developed the connection here in the outer layer of the lamination. The whole process was actually joined together with Ashwood. We did tests simultaneously actually. We have done, I think, 7 different kind of prototypes, tested them and found out where we found the problems, was designing new way of making the joints and so on. So it was a running process where new idea came up, tested in prototype, tested in the way it had to test for the Japanese market, and so on, led it to the construction we have today, where we have found a new way of joining the wood, high technology, to make it absolutely strongest as possible with less wood. One thing was the frame of the chair, of course, but we also have to invent a new way of making the seat, not using too much weight in the seat. And one of the ideas was to make a line seat, and we have tested different kind of lines to find the most optimal way to have the comfort, the strength, and the thickness of the wire. So here is 2 examples out of 6 actually seat we have done to test different kind of thickness and qualities too. We ended up with, this was a quite thick one, it gives a very heavy view of the chair. We ended up with a 2.5 millimeter polyester seat, which gives enough flexibility so you actually feel some comfort in the sitting and also have a certain lightness in the chair. This is 2 kilo of pure elegance. This is the result of 2 years of cooperation between the design office here and Ashwood in Japan. numerous of prototypes, and then we have this result as a super light chair with a super less wood for the construction, very less wire for the seat, and still a very comfortable and durable chair for the market, very easy to carry and sustainable too because of the less wood and the less materials in the seat too. ASHWOOD can actually also offer maintenance of the chair, restoring of if anything goes wrong, so in that way it can last for generations.